somebody got to me early. And that actually is the case with me. If you did not know, in 2004 I was selected to be part of the RILA program at Fredonia State University for a week. And at that point I had never heard of Rotary before. I went and I learned some great leadership skills. I learned how to work cooperatively with groups, and I really think that it's something that helped me to become who I am today. So I was just when I heard about this scholarship, I said, I've had experience with Rotary before, and I thought that Rotary was something only on a small community level. I didn't realize how international Rotary was. So to me, hearing the opportunity of going to another country and studying and being an ambassador was just great. So when I heard about it, I jumped at the opportunity to apply, and here I am today. For those of you who are not familiar with the location of Salamanca, I'm sorry if you can't see on the corners, Salamanca is right there, that red star, which is about a 2-hour train ride to Madrid, just 2 hours northwest of Madrid. That is a picture of a very famous site in Salamanca, the cathedral, and El Puente Romano, the famous Roman bridge where my fiancé Brendan proposed to me, actually.
Run up and kiss her.
And that is a picture of the famous Plaza Mayor, which I spent many days in, and I miss it a lot. This was my Rotary Club of Salamanca, the club that hosted me. They only had 12 members, and they were all men, which actually was a typical thing traveling throughout Spain, meeting the Rotary clubs. There were not many women, but they were wonderful people. I couldn't have asked for a better experience with a Rotary club as my host. On the right there at the top is a picture of my host counselor, Fernando. He and his family took me in. They were wonderful. They picked me up my first night in Salamanca, took me to the doctors when I was sick. His daughter helped me to find housing. I lived with her best friend. Couldn't have asked for a better experience with my host club. Of course, I was also there as a scholar, so I studied. I was studying at the University of Salamanca, and this is a picture of the university. You can see the cathedral in the background, actually. And so this is a little bit of how I'd like to start about talking to you about what this scholarship meant to me. I got a master's, a complete master's, in teaching Spanish as a foreign language. Thanks to this scholarship, I was able to actually get a master's in teaching Spanish as a foreign language. My background, I got a Bachelor of Arts in Spanish from Nazareth College. I couldn't get the kind of experience I got in Salamanca, Spain, here in the United States. I was immersed in the culture, in the language, and today I am actually a visiting assistant professor at St. John Fisher College, and I'm looking into getting a PhD in second and foreign language education. It's a passionate thing to me. I think our country needs to look at foreign language education a little bit more seriously if we want to stay up with our global community, where learning languages is something that everybody does. So that is something that I don't think that where I am today and where I'm looking to go in the future would be possible without having had this experience as a scholar. Not only was I immersed in Spanish, but I was surrounded by many other cultures. This is a picture of my classmates in my master's program. There were 34 of us. Most of them were Spanish. As you can see, 18 of them were Spanish. The rest were from Mexico, Venezuela, Chile. We had Canada, one other girl from the US, Italy, Greece, Cyprus, Estonia, Iran, 2 girls from China, and 1 from Japan. Never in my life did I think I would have an experience to be with people from so many different cultures, learning the discipline that I was interested in. This master's program allowed me to see so many new perspectives in teaching of languages, and I think it's one of the most invaluable parts of my education at the University of Salamanca. Sometimes we did not all agree, and that was something that I think helped me to be a better is helping me to be a better teacher, and also my other classmates see new perspectives. A lot of times we did agree, so that was something that you could learn from too. Okay, this is something that we all see on the same level. So that was one of the best parts of my education. Outside of the classroom, I made friendships with my classmates, as well as my Spanish roommates and everything else. I want to share a special... Here we go.
I got it.
I did it. Okay. Outside of the classroom, my friends and I started a tradition. There were 5 of us. Rebecca, the other girl from the U.S. and Florida, Christina from Greece, Elena from Estonia, Mohammed from Iran, and the 5 of us decided that once a month we were going to meet and just have dinner. And we each brought a dish from our country, and we shared that meal. We just talked, and we watched a movie. It became into dinner and a movie, and we would take turns bringing a movie representative of our country. Of course, American movies are very well known, so we tended to go more for the Greek, Estonian, and Iranian movies. But this experience to me, who would have ever imagined I, as an American girl, becoming friends with a guy from Iran? He became one of my very good friends, Mohammed. And Elena from Estonia, I said to her, I have never heard of Estonia before. Where is that? And she said, well, that's funny because Estonia, a lot of Americans have never heard of where it is. There's a movie in the 1990s called Encino Man. I don't know if you ever saw it, but when he went to the high school, they told everyone he was from Estonia. That goes to show you how we see that. One of my most memorable moments was sharing a Thanksgiving dinner with all of my friends. I will never forget them when we were giving thanks together right before the meal. They all said, this is just like in the movies. I can't believe I'm part of the Thanksgiving dinner. And I have never felt such a good feeling in myself inside, even though it took me so long to find a place for the turkeys. And my mom had to send me cranberry sauce, and we had to get pumpkin pie mix sent to us. It was worth it. Going back to my friend Mohammed, who was born in Iran, now that I'm back, I've had a lot of time to reflect about the meaning of my experience as a scholar. And if you think about one of the main goals of the Rotary Ambassadorial Scholarship is to promote goodwill and peace between nations and understanding between 2 geographical areas or nations. And my friendship with Mohammed, I think, is an example of that, because really, who would have ever thought that I would become friends with somebody from Iran? I'll never forget, at the end of the year, he said to me and Rebecca, the other American girl, I never in my life thought that I would become friends with somebody from the United States. And when we were saying goodbye, he broke down into tears. And I will never forget it. He actually sent me a Facebook message about a month after coming back. And he said, it's important to me that you know how happy it made me to have known you and to be able to say that I have a friend like you, and I will never forget you. So to end my speech, it's funny because the theme of Rotary when I was a scholar was the future of Rotary is in your hands. And this quote means a lot to me. I know it's really referring to all of you and the 1.2 million members all over the world. But I've had a constant reminder, not only from the Rotarians here in the U.S., but the Rotarians in Spain, that the future of Rotary was in my hands and in the hands of other Rotary Ambassadorial Scholars. This is a picture of me and other Rotary Ambassadorial Scholars at the Ambassadorial Scholar Conference in London. I spent a weekend with other scholars, and it was an amazing experience to meet them and hear their stories and how much the scholarship meant to them. I became a part of a Rotaract Club in Valladolid, which they just started this past year. Valladolid was very interested in getting a Rotaract Club started up to get youth involved in Rotary in Spain. I also went to the RILA conference in Valencia and was a speaker. They were very excited to have somebody who had experienced a RILA program in the U.S. to speak to their RILA students in Valencia. And I also got a chance to meet a GSE team that came to Spain. They were a district that forms actually Idaho, and Canada. Okay, so the future of Rotary is not only in the hands of Rotarians now, but in the hands of future Rotarians, the youth. So I just wanted to say today, thank you so much for your support, of your generous support of programs that sponsor youth, young people like me, because it really is making a difference. And just please continue to show your excitement, because it's contagious. The excitement that I felt talking to Rotarians in both the United States and the U.S., it's amazing, and you really helped me to feel like I want to be a part of Rotary. So thank you so much, and continue your support.